What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Vancouver Canucks Be a GM mode. So in the last episode, we got the draft completed, and in that draft, we selected some players who were kind of unorthodox. I think we have all of our prospects in place. I wanted to get some grit. I wanted to get some tough guys in there. Not necessarily just face punchers, but I wanted to get some tough guys in there, and we got Riley Elliott, who is a power forward, 6'2", 194. This guy is a project. He's 18 years old. We took him 15th overall in the first round, so he's going to take 2, 3, maybe even 4 years to be NHL ready. Who else did we get? We got another grinder, I believe. Was it Hanley who we got? No, we got Hanley in like the first year. Yeah, it was not Hanley. It's actually this guy. We got the grinder. We got him in the second round of 2018's draft, so 68 overall. But I think we're just about ready to go here. I haven't even looked at the lines yet. So this is going to be my first look at the lines. And okay, so Matthews is 88 overall. So that is the big question. Do we play Matthews here, or do we have one more year of Austin Matthews being a second liner? So Jared McCann is at 84 as well. So wow, we have not some issues, but we definitely have a lot of players here. So my fourth line, or I guess we'll go from the fourth line up. I love the fourth line. We're keeping it that way. Killorn, Glendening, Hansen, that's perfect. And you got Riley Smith, McCann, and Jake Virtanen, who's 84 now. McCann and Jake Virtanen are both 84 overall, so that's not too bad. I think they can hold down the third line. I may even do something like this to spread it out a little bit, get Jake Virtanen some more ice alongside Matthews and Horvat, but we'll see how it plays out. And then we got Vanek, Matthews, and Horvat, obviously. Austin Matthews, is he ready to be a number one center in the NHL? I think he is. He's on 1 year left of his deal. I think I might give him the first line minutes and then let Johnson play with Virtanen. Johnson can guide the young Virtanen, and Horvat, I mean, Horvat's still young. He's only 23 years old, and he's been playing some very, very good hockey over the last few years. So I think I like that. Then honestly, we could even trade Thomas Vanek. Like, he's 85 overall. He's got 1 year left. He's kind of a player you should trade at the trade deadline. He scored 42 goals last year. Like, I don't really feel like we should trade him right now, but Jake Virtanen could potentially have the second line minutes. I think I'm going to try this out for right now, just for the first month. And then we got Yakupov, Matthews, and Duclair, who's now at 88 overall. He could easily turn into 90, 91, 92 overall. Who knows with him? And you got Hampus Lindholm, Alex Edler, Chris Tanev, Jay Money. Josh Morrissey is now an 86 overall defenseman. There you go. You guys are telling me he's not going to get good. Look at that, 86 overall, and you got Tanev and Ben Hutton. So I think the problem is with our defense. Look at all the two-way defense. So we have two-way, and then one defensive defenseman. So maybe you could think of moving Alex Edler at the draft. Maybe we could package Edler and Thomas Vanek together. Honestly, Alex Edler has been fantastic for us. Look at that. Look at all the points he has. He hasn't been a plus player in 3 years, but he's managing elite defenseman points, and he's only 32. You know, he's got some years of hockey left in him, but Hampus Lindholm is still really young. He's only 24 years old. He's putting up legit NHL defenseman numbers. I think if we got, maybe moved Edler at the trade deadline, or I guess maybe at the trade deadline, and then put Josh Morrissey there, and then get more of like a defensive guy for there to play with Provorov. But we have a lot of two-way defensemen, so that could be a big problem for us. Plus, we have players coming up who are going to play in the NHL for next year. Like, you got, hopefully, Nikolai Ehlers is going to be ready for next year. Shinkaruk may never be ready. Lyndon Vey, he's going to be a guy who comes up and down. Smith, exactly the same thing as Lyndon Vey. Jake Bean is going to be 83 overall next year. Look at his skating category. Look at his defensive category. If you don't remember, this guy was taken in the first round in 20 2016, 13th overall, because we had 2 first-round picks. We got Matthews and we got Jake Bean. I mean, his stats are sick. He is ready to go. We also have Joe Gattenby. Joe Gattenby, the boy. Look at that skating category. Oh my goodness. Argento, who? Joe Gattenby. Hopefully, he's ready to go by next year as well. Gauntz may never be ready to go. Habersnitch may be ready to go as well. Sam Steele could be 83 overall next year. Like, we have a lot of players who are going to be ready next year. Next year, you could see our team be totally different depth-wise. Like, we could have, oh man, I don't even know. Like, you could see Tyler Johnson be gone next year. You know, we had a couple of years here. I don't know what to do yet. I'm not gonna say we're gonna trade him yet, but we just have too many good players coming up. We're not gonna have room for Johnson. Like, McCann's probably gonna be 86 overall next year, ready to take over that, or he could stay 84, 80, 85 and be a legit third line two-way forward for the rest of his career. But goaltender's going to be Bishop and Blackwood, and then in the AHL, I guess we should probably get the simulation started here. In the AHL, going to look something like this. Habersnitch, Steele, Shinkarik, yes, that's all good to me. Gauthier looks good there. Gattenby and Jake Bean, I love that defensive pairing. And then in the goaltending duo, I want Joe Fleshler to get the #1 minutes in the Utica Comets. Let's go get this season underway here. We'll get the preseason all over, and then we will just move on into the season. Probably get a month or 2 of simulation done. But my goal for this year is to make the playoffs and do some damage in the playoffs. I don't want to get bounced in the first round. We're ready to make it to the second or to the third round. We are ready to go, and I cannot wait. It's going to be nice. It's going to be great to actually be a legitimate playoff team. We're going to be a sick team. We have all the pieces in place. We are pretty much ready to go. There's the cap. This is going to be a huge year for our franchise. I think if we're going to look at one issue where we can improve, it's going to be our defense with all of those two-way defensemen. We can have a look at Alex Edler's trade value right now. It's pretty high. I don't think it's going to get higher than that. It's pretty high up there. What's Thomas Vanek's as well? I know for a fact Thomas Vanek will be 83 overall next year. He's got a huge cap hit as well. So we could get a couple legitimate NHL players. Like Alex Edler, he's our captain. He's been here forever. I would like Alex Edler to be here when we are a legitimate Stanley Cup contender, but I don't know if we have time for that. But let's go. That's at least a year down the road, or at least at the trade deadline. But let's go. First period against San Jose. 1-1, Patrick Berglund and Riley Smith. Period number 2. 3-1. Oh no, Thomas Hertl and Tierney score there. They got a 3-1 lead going into the third. We're on home ice, guys. Come on, get a goal for the 10-minute mark. Oh, there you go, J Money, the original J Money. Josh Morrissey and Austin Matthews, the young guns are coming to play. There you go, tie the game at 3. Going into overtime potentially. Yes, overtime in the first game. Come on, Austin Matthews, get another one. Get another one. Come on, a shootout, and Ben Hutton of all people wins it in the shootout. We got outshot by 11, but Ben Hutton with the big shootout goal there gets a huge victory for our team. The Sharks actually start 0-0-2, and we are off to 1-0 in 2018. I like that. Let's go. I want to find a game that we can slow sim that's going to mean something. No one really here. I guess we can slow sim the game against LA since they kicked us out of the playoffs last year. Curse you, Dustin Brown. 2-0 now. There you go. 5-4 victory over the Calgary Flames up against the Anaheim Ducks. And we lose 4-2, unfortunately. But this is a game that I really want to win. Come on, let's go. First period. Oh my God. I hate the LA Kings. Oh no. Carter gets 2. Spencer Watson gets 1. Period number 2. 3-3. We tie it up. Edler with 2 and Duclair with another one. We are not going away quietly against the Sharks. I think we're down 3 3-1 at the start of the third period, riled back to win it in a shootout, and we tied it up here 3-3. Huge second period. Come on, guys, we need a big one. This is a big game against LA. They kicked us out of the playoffs last year. Dustin Brown, I hate that guy. Riley Smith, the third liner. There you go. And another come from behind victory with just under 2 minutes left. Riley Smith gets his second of the year. That was actually a huge game for Alex Edler as well. I want a game against Arizona so we can potentially, oh, there you go. We got a home and home against Arizona. That's going to be a rivalry that we are going to see for a long time. So we got Duclair, obviously, and we got Argento, which we did not take. We took Joe Gattenby, who's not Joe Gatton bust. I've been seeing a lot of things on Twitter saying Joe Gatton bust. No. I promise you, he's going to be a stud, future captain of this team. Where are we going to go here? Let's go defenseman in the queue to start it off. We'll start from the defense and move our way out. Maybe we'll get maybe we'll go up to December here, and then we'll leave it off to the next video. Then we can start it off with a home and home against the Arizona Coyotes. 4-2 to start off the year, not too bad. Still extremely early. Up against Corey Schneider, and he shuts the door. Of course, Corey Schneider does. I think honestly right now Corey Schneider is like, if not top 10, top 5 in the NHL. Like, he is so good. People don't realize, oh, I still have injuries on. Oh my god. That is a huge screw up on my part. I forgot to turn them off from the oh no, what am I doing? Okay, that's not the end of the world. Thank God it wasn't Austin Matthews that got injured. Okay, hold on here. Let me just put Lyndon Vay down there instead of fractured collarbone. I forgot to turn off the injuries from the playoffs. Oh no. Okay, so let me just fix all this here. Thank God Austin Matthews didn't go down with like a season-ending injury. Oh my god, that was a huge fuck up on my part. Okay, so injuries are now off. Oh my god, can you imagine if Austin Matthews would have had like a huge concussion and then like would have been out for like the whole year? Oh my god, Hansen's out for 7 weeks. Ouch, buddy, that sucks. So we're 4-1 after the first month. I'm not gonna think anything into this. It's only the first month. Are we up there for anything, Matthews? Are we up there for anything? I guess Johnson has 4 goals. Yakupov has 8 helpers. Not quite there, but we'll get one more month of simulation done, and then we'll call this one an episode. Hopefully we can have a big month here and start being an above 500 team. It's only the first month. I'm not gonna go crazy here, but maybe I'll put maybe what I'll do is I will alternate months. So for that first month we had Matthews on the first line, and we'll see how he actually did there. Maybe I'll alternate it from Johnson and Matthews. Matthews had 6 points in 10 games, where Johnson on the second line, he had 9 points in 10 games. So maybe giving Johnson a few more minutes will be nice. You know, we'll just alternate it a little bit here. Let's kind of see what works early on in the year. Up against Calgary, we beat them early on in the season, and we win 8-2. Oh my god. Okay, so I guess that's a good thing. Can we see Thomas Vanek had 4 points in that game? Doesn't really show anything else, but 8-2. That is a absolutely dominating victory there. Now let's keep it up. If you win 8-2, you cannot lose the next game against Carolina. Another victory, 3-2. There you go. Who are we gonna slow sim against? We gotta slow sim one game. It's gonna be against LA, and they're 3-9 right now. Oh boy. All right, let's go here. Looks like Markstrom ended up back in Florida, which is kind of funny. Grant Klitzum, defensive defenseman, kind of what we need. 2 years left at 2.4, but honestly, I'd rather play Hutton than him, so we'll say no to Grant Klitzum. 3 victories in a row, 7-4-2 up against Price and the Habs. 2-0 victory. Price who? I'm all about Ben Bishop, baby. So maybe putting Johnson on the first line is the key to success as we lose 6-2, but it was against Ovi, so I'm not going to worry too much. Up against Patrick Kane. Come on, big victory here against the Hawks. There you go. Attaboy. Duclair is leading with 7 goals, and Johnson has 13 helpers, so maybe Duclair and Johnson are money together. I think I might keep Duclair and Johnson together. They seem to have a bit of chemistry. Seems like whenever Johnson gets points, Duclair gets the goals. I think that Tyler Johnson has like 90 something from passing. So okay, hold on here. Looks like Colorado acquired Henrik in exchange for a few prospects, so that's kind of wild. But 3-13-1. If we don't beat LA here, LA must just have our number or something. Come on, let's go. First period, 1-0, Nail Yakupov. Period number 2, 2-1, Carter and Toffoli. We started Blackwood. We started our backup here. Come on. They are 3-13. You realize this. 3-13, a shorthanded goal. The Vancouver boy himself, Milan Lucic. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. That is just terrible. That's terrible is what it is. You can't lose 4-1 against the LA Kings. I hate LA. I absolutely just cannot stand the LA Kings. They always seem to beat us. It doesn't matter what kind of record they have. Oh, that's frustrating. All right, 6 more games left in this month, and then we will call it off here. Duclair looks like he's having a hell of a year to start it off. 15 assists, 7 goals already, and we lose 1-0. See, that's what happens. You get a big win, you go on a big winning streak, and you lose a game like that, and you can drop 3 or 4 in a row just like that. Come on, up against Big Claude Giroux, and we get a big victory there. There you go, back in the winning column. The Minnesota Wild are a sick team, apparently, but we don't even look at that. 3-0 victory. Ben Bishop, there you go, up against the Vladimir Tarasenko's, and we are going to lose 3-2, unfortunately. We have 1 more game left in this month, and it is up against Patty Kane and the Chicago Blackhawks. Hopefully ended off on a good note. There you go, got a victory 4-1. So that's going to be the end of this episode here. Quickly, we'll see how we are doing in the stats department. Definitely a better month than the first month. We're first in the Pacific. We got a 2-point lead on Edmonton and a 3-point lead on Anaheim, which is nice. Where are we here? Goals, we are not quite up there, probably like in the 15 range. Assists, again, pretty much in like the 15 range. Wins were number 1, points were not up there, but wins were number 1. Goals against were not up there, and unfortunately, save percentage were not up there. So a few things I want to check. A few things. I actually saw a couple comments telling me to look at Florida, because apparently Huberdeau is like 93 overall or something. 94, holy shit. Jonathan Huberdeau just ripping it up, 94 overall. I also want to check Markstrom. He went back to Florida, and how is he doing? He is 80 overall, so he was their starting goalie, and he's actually not doing too bad, I guess. 6-4 there, but I thought he would be a little bit better than he is. Now I want to check out how we are doing in the stats department. Is anyone really struggling? Is our third line struggling? Because I feel like if we have a weak line, it's probably going to be our third line. Just because I'm not too sold on Riley Smith quite yet being that third line winger. Alright, so points wise, Duclair and Johnson, they look like they are just money together. I have to keep those two together. And then Yakupov is actually doing not that bad, 19 points in 23 games. Hampus Lindholm right there. Jake Virtanen actually doing very well there on the second line. Austin Matthews, only 13 points for Austin Matthews. Only 13 points. Okay, alright. Thomas Vanek, again, only 13 points, but he is getting the third line minutes. Alexander Edler, Riley Smith, Bo Horvat. So our second line seems to be struggling. I think that the problem is here our second line. You can see here that like Bo Horvat only has 11 points. Like, yeah, maybe it's our second line that's struggling. Maybe something will have to give there. 12-5 for Ben Bishop and 1-2 for Mackenzie Blackwood. 2 shutouts there. Quickly just have a look around the NHL. Any rookie skaters ripping it up early on. Morgan Klimchuk and Braden Point. There you go. Nikita Sherbeck. Rookie goalies. This guy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that guy's name. Oh my god. What a disaster of a name. Oh my god. Zach Bowman there, 8-3, 75 overall. Where did you come from? All right, so that's going to be it, guys. Let me know what to do. Should we trade Thomas Vanek now, or should we wait till the trade deadline till we kind of see what team we are? I don't think Thomas Vanek is going to have a higher trade value than he has right now. Exact same deal with Alexander Edler. What should we do with big Alexander Edler? He's our captain. He's been here forever. Should we honor that, or should we trade him while he's high and get maybe another defensive guy or an offensive guy, because we have a bunch of two-ways out there, is our captain. So, I mean, that's how it's looking right now. Lindholm and Thomas Vanek, those are all the people wearing letters on our team. But that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.